I may have to make a series on this right here, y'all, because I'm fixing to throw you for a loop. Now, if you believe in religion, if you have religion, you might as well leave now, because this ain't what you believe. This, what I'm finna tell you, is facts. Now, this right here is a religious belief, when actually it's a program. It's a program to make you, to cause you to live in fear. Now, when you're in a religion, you're in a box that you cannot see out of. And it all goes back to this right here, this box. Now, this box right here is made by the Illuminati. Illuminati is ancient, y'all. They are ancient. Now, if you will study, I've studied, it always talks about levels of hell, and I'm doing this upside down for a reason. Levels of hell is pride, envious, wrathful, lustful. I think that's what it says. No, slothful. That's what it says. Covetous, gluttonous, and the very tip of it is lust. Now, to have a program, you have to make a system. Make a system that covers all these programs. You got to have a system. The system is, turn this around, it becomes the Tower of Babel. Do your research. The Tower of Babel, it's a system. The Tower of Babel is a system of governments, kings, queens, rulers. It's all about the ego, y'all. The ego and fear. This fear can be controlled. Fear can be controlled. And everybody knows fear can be controlled. And everybody saw that it started with a mask. Wearing a mask on your face. Wearing a mask on your face. Everybody was afraid to get sick. So they listened and obeyed out of fear. But this one word right here, you can't control love. You cannot control love. A man will lay his life down for what he loves, but he won't lay his life down for what he's afraid of. He'll run. He'll fear. He'll submit. He will obey. He'll bow down because he's afraid. Because he's afraid. Do not fear, Jesus said 300. Well, Jesus didn't say it, but in the Bible, it says, do not fear 365 times. 365 times it says, do not fear. Do not fear. And that's why. Because when you fear, you're going to submit to this tower of hell. Hell is a program. It's a state of mind. When you live in this, you find ways of relief. You find ways of relief. So that can come from sex, that can come from drugs, that can come from pride, that can come from eating, man, all of this right here. It can come from anger. It can come from idolatry. It can come from a woman. It can come from a man. It can come from eating. It can come from being lazy. And it can come from being depressed. It can come from wanting something. It can come from wanting what your neighbor's got. This fear, the main fear, is not being accepted. A lot of people fear that, not being accepted. And this symbology of the Tower of Babel, the towers of hell, the levels of hell, the levels of hell, the Tower of Babel, y'all. It's the Tower of Babel. And they got them, boom, look at the music industry, y'all, how much control they have. Now, all you got to do is sit back and watch this right here. Watch the TV. Now, if they want a certain program, if in the people, in the younger generation, y'all just look at what Fast and the Furious did. Fast and the Furious did to the people in cars nowadays. Look what they did. They copied them. They programmed the young kids by this movie. Whenever I was coming along, it was the Duke Boys. It was the Duke Boys did it for me. I wanted to spin wheels and run from the police. Run from the police, spin wheels, and I mean, it's all programming. Y'all think about what y'all did when y'all was kids. When you was a kid, what you sat there and watched, what was your program? What was your program? You look at the music industry. All these girls on MTV. On MTV twerking all the time. Twerking all the time. And the girls nowadays, that's all they want to do is shake their butts. That's all they want to do is shake what your mama gave you is what they say. And it's all because of the Tower of Babel, y'all, the program. The Tower of Babel. Money. It's a false sense of security. That's what money is. It's a false sense of security. Religion, man, let me tell you something. Religion, tithing, people try to buy their way into heaven, and y'all know it just as good as I do. You know what tithe was for originally? For the people that was lacking. Help support them. Support them. Help them out. Buy them some food. Buy them some clothes. Pay their rent. Pay their light bill. That's what tithe was for. Not for preachers to sit on and make their bank accounts fat, thinking they got power. Thinking they got power. That's all money is, y'all. But when you are spiritual, this has no power over you. That has no power over you. This right here has no power over you in any kind of way. In any kind of way. Because it's a frequency, y'all. It's a frequency that allows you to escape how this affects you. How this whole Tower of Babel affects you. How the system affects you. You can see outside the box instead of inside the box trying to see out. Now you can see this all day long. You can see the box. When people say they're awake, they're seeing the system. They're seeing the box. They're revealing it for what it is. They're revealing it for what it is, y'all. Remember, your brain can be programmed by what you feed it. You can always rewrite the program anytime you get ready. When Jesus said repent, he meant change your thinking. Repent, change your thinking. Y'all hit them likes and follows, fellas.